Welcome everybody to the live stream. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. It is Canada Day 2025 here in where I'm from. So happy Canada Day to all of my Canadian viewers, and happy Tuesday to everyone else. Welcome to the stream. Afraid, welcome to the chat. Things have been crazy, ridiculously busy. So yeah, I've been kind of few and far between on posting videos or doing live streams or even being in Discord. Just real life has had me swamped with work and personal life and stuff, but things are good. We're here. We're gonna play some Satisfactory 1.1. We're gonna continue with gathering up all the coal. So let's head into our gameplay window and kind of get started here. I've been working at getting all the coal together here because we're going to build with Satisfactory 1.1. Of course, now we can get 1,200 item per minute conveyors. We can take full advantage of pure nodes now, being able to get 1,200 coal per minute off of a Mark III generator, or sorry, Mark III miner. So we've been working away at gathering up coal here and getting things ready for our new factory. And I have to take apart some of this because... No, it's not here. I got to take it apart. It's at the next one. I've got to make room for new conveyors that are going to be coming in and joining line in here. So, how are things been with you, Afraid? It's good to see you. I know you've been still kind of creeping around to the Discord, but I just have not. I hop in for like 2 seconds and then I'm gone again because it's just been crazy busy. And continue the build. It is actually a nice warm day today. In fact, it's like crazy warm in my office here. I might have to rig up some type of a fan or something. I'm down in the basement is where I've got my office set up, where my gaming rig is set up and everything. And it still gets quite warm in here. This PC definitely generates some BTUs as far as heating. I'm still running with my Intel Core i7 14700K with a 4070 Super. But she gets toasty. She gets toasty. We helped friends of ours move this weekend, so... That was, they bought themselves a new townhouse, and it's always fun moving. It's always fun, like as we're moving their stuff, and they had, of course, already like downsized a whole pile of stuff. You start looking around your own house going, I need to like downsize everything that exists in our house so that I never ever have to deal with that again. So it's, that'll be my next project this summer, is to kind of chip away at getting rid of a bunch of crap in our house. You end up accumulating, like we've been in this house now since like 2008. You accumulate so much stuff. And it's frustrating. It's time to clean house. Okay, I probably shouldn't have stopped it there. I should have just kept it going. So the ultimate goal is... Off in the distance over that way is where we're going to be building our new mega coal generator power plant. Off in the distance that way, over where you can see the space elevator, I have a terawatt worth of battery storage so that we can store power. What's my end game on this whole thing? I don't know. After we get all the coal done, we're going to gather up. Like, ultimately, I'd like to completely exploit this planet of all of its resources. So that's going to mean all the iron ore, all the copper ore, all the limestone, all the bauxite, all the uranium, all the SAM ore, which is strange alien matter, and just all the quartz, all the coal, all the oil, all the nitrogen, all the whatever is out there, I want to exploit this planet for absolutely everything it has to offer. Okay, we got enough of a little platform here. Now I'm going to just continue with moving these conveyors up to this point. However, we are going to do a little clear tree clearing here with some nukes. A little overkill for taking out a tree, but that tree was just kind of in the way. I didn't want it there. No trees for you. Yeah, and the other reason, like, I've basically kind of got told by YouTube, hey, it's been a long time since you've uploaded anything. If you want to keep your partner program, do something or we're going to take it away. I'm like, please don't. So I streamed last week for a day, and that was kind of a wreck because I had to basically completely figure out, like, my stream setup was completely, like, not set up at all. So I had to rebuild my stream setup. And that took a little bit of tweaking. And then I streamed, I think, for maybe like an hour and a half just to make sure everything was kind of working. That was like a few days ago. I want to say that... Can't remember exact. It might have been Saturday. No, it wasn't Saturday. I want to think it was probably Friday night. Yes, I want to keep this going because over there I got to make room for the new conveyor lines that are coming in. It's a little tricky trying to merge all these lines together. I wish that I could have a blueprint that was the full length of the conveyor system. I could probably go with like a smaller blueprint, but then you're just putting more like lifts and stuff in. It would be, you know, faster to be able to build it with blueprints, but this gives me more quality time to chat. What I should do is get like the first set done. There's a faster way I can be doing this. It was on the 27th when I streamed. Okay. Today's the 1st, so yeah, a few days ago. Man, she's toasty in here. Upstairs in my house is even warmer. I'm going to lay out the footprint of these first and then work on pulling all the conveyors together. And I've made it enough room here that I think... No, I can't actually walk through. I thought I was going to make it so that I had enough room to be able to still walk through there, but I guess I didn't quite do that. I just know that having them right stacked against each other is rough for trying to work with them. Come on, select it. If you do end up playing this game, middle mouse click on an item will select it so that you can build it rather than having to go into the build menu. So, yeah, I don't have AC in my house. We have like a little AC unit upstairs, but that's kind of needed more upstairs than I've got in my office here. I mean, if I didn't have my PC running all the time, I'm sure this room would be a lot better than it was, but that one is too tall, I think. Yes, we are too tall with these. Those ones got to go. If I go up one more level with it, the conveyor almost kind of clips into the ceiling that I have above. And I'm not like 100% against clipping. I just don't want to do like obvious clipping. There's some like rock jut outs and stuff that I just can't avoid without doing some really weird twisty things with conveyors that I don't want to do. Okay, so this is kind of where I got to stop here for a second and think about how I am going to... I think I've got 2 full conveyor worth. Or is it 3 that are coming? We'll gather the materials and bring it along and see what it looks like. I know it's 2 full conveyors for sure. Yeah. Yeah, it's 2 full that I need to make room for in this. So the one thing I haven't figured out why it's not working yet, and I've checked all my stream settings and everything, is the commands and stuff. They are not working. What is it? Gamble? I don't think any of my commands are working at all. I've tried, and I don't know. I don't know if Streamlabs is now gated that behind a paywall or what the deal is. I mean, I wouldn't put it past them. And that is not going to work because of this, of which this is not going to be good for our health. Well, it's not Nightbot. It was Chatbot through Streamlabs directly, and Streamlabs had a ability to... That's where my like games and stuff were. Because there was the whole point system and everything that I had working, where you could like bet on things, like play like a dice game or like a roll game, and if you got over a certain amount, you won X amount of points. Nightbot I haven't actually used in quite a few years now. I know that a lot of the Streamlabs stuff now, they want you to just use their settings for YouTube. And I might just have to play around with that one day and kind of see how it works. Right now I still use my own ingest settings for being able to stream directly from YouTube or to YouTube. That way I can kind of pre-do, like I do all my template for the video description and the thumbnail and everything. I kind of preload that before I start the ingest. And I know Streamlabs now has that built in, but I don't know if it's as flexible, so... You got to annoy me with the sound effects. Very much so, because there was like the air horn. That was enough to just about, at certain times, to have me leap out of my skin. So I do want to get that back working again. And it might be that I have to just figure out the direct connection from Streamlabs to connect to my ingest server, the YouTube ingest servers, rather than using custom configurations for that. Okay, I got some coal in my inventory I need to get rid of. Actually, that is it. So this one here is 300 items per minute. The two that I've got back there are 1,200 items per minute that are coming through here. And then this 300 merges with there's another miner that's like right over here. That's 600 items per minute, so we get to 900 items per minute. We'll merge that with another. I think I have another line that's 900, or it's at least 600, might be 900. So we'll end up with a 1,200 line and an overflow. Okay, so yeah, this is 900 items per minute. These two are 12. That's why they're coming in on a separate line, because they're going to connect a little differently. So at one of my workplaces this week, Friday night, ended up getting struck by lightning, took out their internet connection. So I got them set up with a temporary internet connection to get by. And then when we reopened on Monday, found out there was actually a whole pile of other things that got cooked at the same time. So we lost half of our primary switch, our Cisco Meraki switch. We lost 2 point-of-sale terminals. The terminals themselves are working, but the network cards got fried in them, and of course they're like an embedded network card. So it's not just a matter of changing the network card and you're good to go. It's basically a full integrated like touchscreen system. So it's basically a new till that needs to be replaced. And then 4 of the 5 wireless access points in the place got cooked. And the big Sharp printer, copier, scanner leased unit got cooked. All from a thunderstorm. And all of it was on either battery backup or surge protection. But it still just was like hit. I don't think it actually hit our building, but it was really close to our building. To the point that the team that were there were like, I think somebody just like crashed into the building. That tree is too big. I can't blow up that tree. I wish I could. It's kind of in the way. So this is where some little clipping things end up happening. We're going to get leaves in our conveyor belt. Yeah, it's going to be a bit of an expensive tab, because I know the primary network switch is like $2,500 for the switch alone. It's a 48 port PoE switch, managed. The 2 tills are on a service agreement, so they'll just go back and get repaired, and we'll end up with like either new or refurbished tills to come into its place. And the big copier is on a service agreement too, so they'll probably just come out and change the board in it and get it back online. The access points, I I'm not even sure how expensive those Cisco Meraki access points are. I know they're not going to be cheap, because anything, once you put the Cisco logo on it, they're not cheap. I wonder if reactive capacitance played a role. It's hard to say. The one point of sale terminal that did survive, believe it or not, was connected through a PoE IP phone. The IP phone saved the computer, and the phone's fine. It's working. No issues. And of course, our internet provider, they're like, yep, your radio's dead for your internet service. We'll come out there. And of course, when we called them, it was like Friday. And they're like, yeah, the earliest we can get out there is Wednesday. And I'm like, really? This is our business. Like, our point of sale system's completely in the cloud. Our term payment systems are all, of course, require internet. Like, you can't do anything without internet. And they're like, yeah, well, we'll be out Wednesday. Yeah, well, we'll be looking for a new internet provider that can cater to our needs for what you charge us for this service. What really sucks is across the road from this site, they have fiber, but they won't bring it across the road to us. So I can't even get fiber there. It's literally like 100 feet away from the building. It's been a hot minute since I've had seriously long gaming sessions of this. Just with work been so busy. I maybe get to play 1 day a week now, it seems. Where it used to be like, I'd go, 6 days of 3 to 4 hours a day straight, have a day's break, and do it again next week. With that's ridiculous. They understand they're a business. They understand downtime. Yeah, exactly, right? Like, if your business can't function because you're down. Okay, what's going to be the best way to deal with this? We're going to come up to 6 on that. So I think what we're going to do... So it's 4, 5, and 6. I'm going to bust this one off, and we're going to go with a Mark 6 elevator. Wrong direction. Okay. And we're going to put this one. Delete out these because they were only there to build it. That's it. Okay, we'll deal with that line here in a minute. Okay, now I have come up with a small little way that I've been able to make this kind of work for me so that it's not a huge rat's nest when you're merging all these conveyors together. So far, it's worked fairly well. That's not right. You need to come to here. All right. So now we're going to bring these first 4 bottom ones again. So basically what I do is I just bump the conveyors over to match whatever the last line is. And it seems to make it not be really ugly. Within reason. John Satisfactory. Well. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to my conveyor spaghetti. My super highway of, well, it's eventually going to be all the coal in Satisfactory 1.1. Okay, so this next one we're going to do, oh, I probably shouldn't have put these ones in yet. I'm going to take these out. Why are they so small? Why is what so small? I don't understand the question. The conveyors? The coal? The interface? That's the max length that you can build a conveyor. Can't go any further. No go. Okay, so we are going to want to... I think we're going to use this line here. To merge these over. I probably don't need that one. But I do need those. Is that, am I far enough over on that to make that? Yes. A nice little, oh, no, that's too far over. Too far! The conveyors are usually bigger. This is how it's always looked to me. Now, these are Mark 6 conveyors, like the Mark 5s. Are bigger, yes. Why didn't that place? Hello. So the Mark 5 conveyors are a thicker looking conveyor, but the Mark 6, the 1200 item ones, they're much thinner. So, yeah, like these are some beefy looking conveyors. I don't know what mod you're using, because this is how my game has always looked, and I've been playing since Update 5, so in early access. Welcome to the stream. Welcome. Perspective. Yeah, like I'm up in the air, right? So when I'm standing here, Yeah, the conveyors are super huge, but then when I'm up and about moving around, not so much. Okay, I got to put another row of these right here. Okay, so we are shifting these conveyors over. And these ones over. And they just nudge, so it's barely clipping. That's an acceptable clip for, as far as I'm concerned, where they just kind of nudge up against each other like that. Thought I was super tall. Yeah, the April Fool's like big head version of the your Pioneer. Okay, so that should be. I think that accounts for everything. We've made the necessary adjustments to bring in the 2 new lines of 1,200 items per minute. Okay, so that is 14. That's like 20. That's going to be 20 full conveyors of 1,200 items per minute. And we are... Let me see if I've got my image. So on the map here, the 2 bottom ones that you can see on the bottom of the map, those ones I have just accounted for. I need to mark them off. I haven't marked them off yet. So there's basically like a big chunk in the center of the map that I haven't got, and then there's 2 little spots on the northwest area that I need. So everything that's got a little white X on it, I've already got the nodes for and are merged in here. Except for, of course, those 2 pure nodes at the bottom. They're the ones I'm connecting in right now. So that's kind of where we're at. Turn the map off. Yeah, so here, basically my highway runs right along kind of like this middle section here all the way across. In this area here is where I have the 1 terawatt worth of battery storage set up. And of course, everything that I'm using for getting the miners up and running right now, I'm using geothermal generators to be able to get that up going. So all right, let's get these all connected up to the rest of the full lines. One of these days, I'm going to play with the Blueprint Designer and see if there's an easier way I can do the conveyor highways. I just wish that went for the full distance. Like the max Blueprint Designer now is a 6x6 square. And it's still not like a full conveyor length, though. So it's kind of... yeah. I wish they would make it so that it was full conveyor length. And I didn't add the risers in here. Come on. I believe now with 1.1 though, you can connect conveyors a little easier with it before. It used to be you'd put down your blueprint and then you still had to manually go through and connect all your conveyors together because it wouldn't auto join them. Where I think now they have actually fixed that. I'm gonna have to play around with it. I'm not sure if they have or not, or how it works. I haven't even tried it yet to see how it works. The only blueprints I have set up right now is just there's like a 6x6 concrete foundation, and then I have a 5x5 battery pack set up because I do my battery pack modules in 10x10s. And I have one floor of my ultimate power storage warehouse completed. And I'll show you here in a second that, yeah, I've got a terawatt worth of... Actually, I got to go to a power pole. It's 27% full right now, so yeah. 1 terawatt worth of power, or 1,000 gigawatts. I've nowhere near, like, there's people in Satisfactory that build way better than I do. I go for the practical factory functionality builds, is what I go after, where there's other people that their aesthetics, what they end up putting together to build their factories, just look ridiculous. Like, how they can get these shapes to go together into what they've been able to build. Like, I've mastered the circle now. I could, like, you know, curved roads and stuff are fairly easy. But some of the shapes and the buildings they've been able to put together and the way they've been able to manipulate the parts that we've got, it's kind of mind-blowing. Whereas for me, the way I like to build my factories is I like everything to look very symmetrical. I like to avoid clipping, and I'm going for function over form. I want it to work at the best efficiency it can. So I've been doing okay. It's just been, like, work has been ridiculously busy. And then, like, right after Christmas, we moved into, like, moving my mom mode. We moved my mom from Vancouver Island to Alberta, and so she's got, you know, she's around family and stuff now. So that was a very time-consuming process. We got her moved in, like, the middle of February into a temporary room until her, like, one-bedroom apartment suite was available, and then it was about a month later we got access to her new suite. Actually, probably a month and a half. So we did another move and then got her stuff out of storage. And yeah, so it's been a crazy spring. And then at work, we did like 4 liquor store renovations of the liquor stores that we acquired last year. Well, they got completely renovated this winter. So I did all new network infrastructures for them, all new surveillance camera systems for them, all new alarm systems for them. So it was, as far as my end of things, was ridiculously busy as well. So yeah, so what do we got here? We got 9. Yeah, so it's going to be 1,800 items is what we're going to be merging together here. With my little conveyor optimizer setup that I do. Yeah, I've been doing well. It's just it's been exhausting. Like I need a break. Of course, now we take possession of our. We have to move our administration office. We finally got our new building. So starting, not next week, but the week after, I got to start doing the network design for the new office and getting that where it's supposed to be. Okay, so this is going to have to be... I need 2 smart splitters. And that is connected at this line. And then I need 2 mergers. We are going to end up with a full line out of this as well, so we're going to the fact that they introduced the 90-degree turn on conveyors now is amazing. I love that. Oh, we didn't go high enough. That's wrong. That's wrong. I don't like that. Okay, so is it that height? Now I'm too high, aren't I? Yep. I'm just using that as a placeholder so I can make sure I get it to the right height. There we go. The Little Skiller, welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a fantastic, for us, Canada Day, for everybody else, Tuesday. Okay, so this one needs to be set to any, and then we are... Oh, that's wrong. Output any. This side is overflow. Go to the bottom one. This side needs to be set as any. This side needs to be set as overflow. That line's primary feeding in, so it first goes to the top conveyor. Anything else that it has overflows to the bottom conveyor. And then, oh, did I screw this up? I screwed this up. I gotta redo this. I need to have an input on this side. Need to take this out. Make some room here. Okay, so this side needs to be the overflow. So I need to make a change on that. Or no, any. Any's on that side. This is no flow. Like so. And then I need a conveyor hole right about here. This side needs to be any. This side is overflow. This side is none. So overflow then comes down this way. And then we will put another conveyor hole right here. And we're going to put a flow meter in on this. Actually, I'll put it over here. I should be able to fit it on this. That should regulate. That's going to be 900 items per minute in. That's 900 items per minute in. And then this should, on this side, be 1,200 items. And this one is going to be 600 items per minute. I think I might actually have to bring this conveyor line over now again. See, I'm only putting the coal in on one side because the other side eventually will get used for a different product. So we are going to shift this because we will be eventually running a new line in there. So I just kind of pre-planning so I don't end up having to jog this out later. And my output flow meter, we're going to stick here. Of course, the flow meters only work when it's actually flowing. And it does take them a few minutes for them to actually balance out and start showing you how much product is flowing through there. So just so I don't forget while we're building all this, is I'm going to throw a label down here as well too. And just be like, okay, this is coal on here. 600 items per minute. I must have hit my cap locks. There we go. Afraid's peacing out. All right, see you later. Good luck on diagnosing no post AMD build. Also, make sure on an AMD build, don't enable whatever their XMP is. I'm an Intel guy, so don't enable that right away. Let it go through memory training. Memory training on a new AMD build takes a very, 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 very long time. So it may not be posting, but you think. But it takes a long time for it to go through that first memory train. And then once you do enable the memory boost, the clock boost for your memory, it's going to go through that memory train again. And it'll take a very, 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 very long time for its first initial post. Like you could be sitting, depending on how much RAM's in the system, 5 minutes, maybe more, waiting for it to go through that memory train before it actually posts and boots into your BIOS. So sometimes just with an AMD, be extra patient if it's a new build. If this is an old AMD build that is not posting now, then it could be a multitude of different things. But if it's a new build, memory training sucks on AMDs for new builds. Okay, I need to finish putting this together. Conveyor. There we go. Okay, so we've got our conveyor optimizer set up where it's building us another line of 1,200. This should be 1,200 items per minute. So we're now 21 conveyors. What does that work out to? 21 times 1,200. We're at 4. No, that's 12. Let's learn how to actually type the keyboards. 2,500. Just over 2,500 coal per minute. 25,000, sorry, coal per minute that we've got flowing now. Little over halfway through all of it. So, built this 2 months ago. Yeah, probably not a bad idea then just to roll back. How much memory are you using? All 4 slots or 2 slots with your memory configuration? If you've got all 4 RAM slots filled on an AMD board, AMD does not like that. And so you could be stable for a while, and then as things start to wear in and work, then it becomes unstable again. Make sure and if you do have 4 slots, you're probably not going to be able to get the max speed of the RAM. You might have to manually clock that RAM down. Instead of just letting it auto-detect and trying to set the RAM at whatever level it needs to be. Other tricks that you can try to remember with AMD systems. So, just like to state that you don't have these problems with Intel systems, however their processors will burn up on you. Okay, I guess now I just got to do some tweaking on the map here. It's 2-slot dual channel using A1 and B1. No, you would have to be A1, A2 or B1, B2. You're not running dual channel then. If you've got the two of them right beside each other, they need to be spaced apart. There needs to be a blank spot in between them. I think that's... I can't remember how they're labeled on the board, but make sure you have a blank space in between the two so that you get access to dual channel. If you've got them right beside each other in the board, then you're not running dual channel, you're running single channel. Where to from here? Oh yeah, I got to look at that image that I was looking at. So bear with me here while I find my picture. Of our products. Where are we at here? All the coal. I need my photo editor software. And I need to edit that. I'm going to mark off those two that we have got. So that's this one with not that size. Okay. Mark that properly. Of course, I used my software that I've been marking this with to do some other graphics, so I changed the font settings that I had set up on it. So I had to redo those. Okay, those two are now marked off. So if I load that image now, oh, it loads it into a temporary location. Okay, we don't want that. I want the live photo. Okay, so those two at the bottom now are marked off. So I guess the next cluster we're going to be going after is kind of, if we look on the map, it'll be, as we continue heading west, there's a cluster there of 3 normal nodes that we're going to go after. We'll probably be able to tie in that one to the south, that other pure node to the south, and the 3 more normal nodes just to the south of that as well too. So if we look, let me turn that off again so you're not staring at just a map. So we're going to be kind of heading down this area here. Is what? Over there somewhere. Hey, those are the ones by the waterfall, aren't they? Did they change those from pure nodes to not pure nodes? That's going to be kind of sucky. Trying to see on the map here if there's any, like, I think it's like right around this area is where we got to head for. See, there used to be, before 1.0 released, there were like a cluster of pure nodes over that way, but I think they're not there anymore. Because it used to be like a really good starting zone is right in this area. Because there was lots of coal available, lots of iron and copper, lots of pure nodes and stuff too. Okay, so the first one we're heading for is still going this way. Alright, let's do a little scanning so we can find it a little easier here. Right here. We were close. So we got that one marked, and then there's another one. We hit that again. Okay, let's do a little landscaping in here. I wish you could like take out like full mountains and stuff with these, but is 3 going to be enough? Three was enough. Maybe a little overkill. A little bit of nuclear fallout here. So that was another normal node, right? Yes. So then there should be another one that's like... from here. Is it really that far away? Right here, another normal node. Okay, so we've kind of taken care of this little cluster in here. I'm going to do a little bit more landscaping here. Get rid of a few more trees. I love the fact that they redid the graphic for the nuclear, for the nukes. They actually feel more like a nuke now. It's like a flashbang too. If you're like gaming in the dark and you let one of those go, you know it in a heartbeat. Because you get blinded. Okay, from here, then what do I want to do? Let's look at this map here. So that's... I think I might take these 3 then. If we mark this as the center point and head out, we might actually just be tying into one of the existing lines that are already here. I've been kind of going wherever there's a cluster of power poles. You know what? No, we're going to come in off this one here. What we're going to do is we're going to take those 3 nodes, we'll pull into it, and then the ones that are over this way, we'll pull into it. So we're going to take this tower, bring it all the way out that way, and then we'll build our conveyors into it. So along this highway that we've got set up here, I put in the power infrastructure. It goes clear across the entire map. and then they're set up to the max distance they could go. Well, I think if we do it this way too, we avoid that hillside, so we can actually take this, hopefully, out a little bit further than we normally would be able to, without running into some elevation. The last time I did some type of like infrastructure highway like this of materials, I built it so high in the air that it avoided all the mountains and stuff, but I could have done the same thing this time, but I just felt like we can work with the terrain a little bit, I think. Not everything needs to be like super high in the air. One thing I noticed, like on my regular playthrough of Satisfactory 1.0 when it came out, it was done in regular, normal mode. I completed the final phase of the space elevator, but it never actually gave me the achievement for it. I'm not sure what glitched out on that. I'm hoping it's not because I had already started this game in advanced game mode. And so it basically like nullified the achievements. Okay, so we're going to have a little bit of terrain to deal with because that's there. We'll bring it over. We got the two over that way. And then there's a pile of, like... You know what? I think we're going to take care of, like, almost the rest of this. Well, you know what? They are there. The 3 pure nodes are still here. I just wasn't far enough west on the map. But those are all pure nodes. And we do have another conveyor infrastructure right here. Did I come down enough on that one? I kind of hope I did. Oh, I did perfectly, actually. Kind of making plans here as we go. I know what I want, and I know eventually where I want to get it to. But it takes a little bit of figure it out as you go. See, if I do it in like little smaller chunks, it's easier to get everything all merged onto the main highway as it's coming along. I call it a highway, like a conveyor, whatever you want it to be. Oh, we've got clipping right through a freaking mountain. We'll have to see if where that's going to land for the power poles. Conveyor-wise, I think we'll be okay, because I always run the conveyors down the right side of it. So we should be okay. I could always cover it up with some walls and stuff and make it look like it was designed to build through it. Let's grab some power along this. See, I'm using, basically to get everything running, the geothermal generators are all set up. And I think in total, they're building, like I'm getting anywhere between 13, what does it go down to, like 12-ish, up to 13, 14 megawatts of power. Or 13 gigawatts of power. So they're enough to, because right now my max consumption with everything that I have hooked up is only 7 gigawatts of power. So we'll be pretty close to being able to get all of the coal generator, all the coal miners up and running without having to build any more power infrastructure. I hope, because actually no, we should be okay, because I'll bring each coal generator online as we go. So the water, the power generation that's needed for the water pumps is going to be offset by the new generator that's kicking in. So we shouldn't blow any breakers. And if we do, that's why I built a terawatt worth of battery storage, is it can run off that battery for the first little bit until we get more of the coal generators up and running. Oh yeah, we're good. We're golden. This is the line that the conveyors run on. So we're just going to use this hillside as basically a mount to hold it in place. It's structural integrity. So that's going to take care of the cluster of normal nodes. Or no, the pure nodes. Go to continue along this line. And there should be another pure node up here that we can grab. And then a cluster of 4 normal nodes. It should be like right around here somewhere. Right here. I think this is it. If my calculations are correct, this should be a pure node. Yes, it is. Little landscaping. Warning, seizures. There we go. Now I got a nice clear spot to work with. So then, just over this ridge, we should have a bunch of normal nodes down here, like 4 of them. How far over that ledge? Right there. Bing, 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 bing. Oh, 2 of them are right bang on beside each other here. And the other 2 are right here, of which there's a big old rock on one of them. Where else? Is that enough landscape clearing? Oh, is that enough? I don't think that's enough. I want to do around this. That's enough now. Alright, let's build some miners now. I gotta figure out which direction we're gonna be going with all of these materials. We gotta deal with some landscape for a little bit here to get it over to where our conveyor highway is, so. Okay, the pure node is right there. So I think we'll shoot everything to kind of go that way, up over to connect to the pure node. Hello. Link to it. You can pick it up. I did a really good job of covering that node that it wasn't allowing it to pick up at all. Bird, you gotta move. I can't put a foundation there while you're there. There we go. I wonder if I can get away with... Nope. I was hoping that I could do it with an elevator there, but it just isn't loaded right for that. There's mobs always in the way. I think I'll just bring it up above the tree line rather than having to clear all those trees out. Now, where's that pure node? Pure node's right there. And our conveyor line is almost like dead center. So if we keep following this line, of course there's a stupid mountain in the way. I think I got to go up one more. So both of those will equal 2 full conveyors of 1,200 items per minute. That's another one. So that's 3 conveyors of 1,200 items per minute. We're not high enough to clear that mountain, are we? Oh, I think we just... Oh, we just cleared it. Nice. Grab me a radioactive power slug, and let's do a little landscaping on this as well, too. Alright, so that's those lined up. I'm going to have to bring power over here for all that. I need to get myself some more nukes too. Now, clearly you know that I'm building this in survival mode, or in basically creative mode, because I'm more after like getting the factories built rather than farming for all the materials for it. So yeah, it's cheaty, but I've already done my complete playthrough, of which all the videos are available on my channel to watch. So I don't think it's cheating when you've already done a complete playthrough. And I've done, I don't know how many complete playthroughs of this game, because I've been playing it since Update 5 in Early Access. Like, I think I played in Update 4 for like a day or two, and then Update 5 came out. Didn't I give myself the nukes? I thought I gave myself a stack. Nuke. A stack. 1. Give item. There we go. And I believe this is where we'll line up. Do a little more brush cutting. Stand back, watch the light show. And we are all clear and just slightly radioactive. Okay, so that's the cluster of 4. Let me just double check to make sure that is just 4 that's down there. Pretty sure it is. Yes, it is just 4 nodes there. The pure node. And then the other 3 normal nodes. I've got to get them run over to this line. I think I might bring this down a bit now. I think we are still clearing okay if we're there. I'll have some trees, more trees to clear out. That's okay. I don't mind blowing stuff up. There's a lot of random nuclear material just laying around out in this area. There's you constantly are running across uranium nodes. Or not even nodes, just raw uranium ore sticking out of the ground. Now, I believe there are like a couple of nodes in this area as well, too, of uranium. We're almost like dead on where we need to be with this. A little bit of clipping, so I will just... What will I do? I'm going to actually move this. We're going to do a little jog around this hillside because I want to come down on this side of our existing infrastructure here. So there won't be any clipping we've got to deal with. I probably could have done this as vertical, but didn't feel like it. So this is a normal node. Oh, you know what? I didn't overclock those miners. I'll have to go back and do that. Mind you, I got to put all the conveyors and run the power and stuff over to them, so I'm not... It's not like I'm missing out on anything. So we have a tiny bit of clipping that's happening here. A little rock. I'm pretty sure I can't destroy that rock. I don't think it's movable. Oh, it is. Score. Well, that's all right. The only clipping we have is a little bit of grass through the bottom of it. I can live with that. That's all right. Now there's more over here that we've got to... There's that node and this one. Do we stay above ground for this? Let's see. Zoop. Zooping, one of the best things they ever brought into this game. Quality of life right there. A little more landscaping. Oh, I totally clicked the wrong one. Alright, where's that other node? Let's put a miner on this. Oh, it's right here. I think we could probably just wheel it over, tie it into this one to merge in. I think we got a little bit of a clip that happens right there at that poisonous nodule. Some more nukes. Get rid of this thing. I think that's it. Man, that's bright. Oh, what's a little radiation amongst friends? Okay, we're going to knock this out, though, because we aren't going to need that. Because there'll be a merger here for sure. And I wrecked my hotkey. Conveyor holes just make everything so much easier to line up your various elevators and everything. It's just quality of life again. I think I just threw a nuke at my... Nope. Okay, I didn't. I thought I did. I have mobs on passive because I, quite frankly, didn't want to deal with them. My regular playthrough, they were not on passive. They were out to eat my face. How much of a clip is that? That's yeah, there's nothing we can do about that. I mean, there is, but I'm not going to bother. We're never, ever going to come back and look at that again. Once the coal's here and we're using it, I kind of couldn't care less. Okay, so 600. That should be 600. Yep, so this is another 1200 conveyor. I'm not going to bring it in yet just because I want to know what conveyors are going to be coming. We'll get all of these ones in line here first. We got some more trees to blow up. I think there is a uranium node right there. My last mega factory that I did when I basically wrapped up update 8 is I used all of the uranium in the map and made the ultimate nuclear power plant. And I can't even remember how much power we ended up generating. The videos are on my channel. But I can't remember how much power it was generating, but I had it 100% completely recycled, running 100% efficiency. It was a lot of fun. I think I still have some trees to eliminate over there. Wait, did I? Well, that's a bit of a screw up right there. That shouldn't have hopped up like that. Well then. Oh, it actually for a bit made it look like it was going to damage the concrete. Like the concrete was all... Hello, why are you not... There we go. It wasn't selecting at all. It made it look like it was damaging the concrete from the explosion, but it was not. So I wonder if I've got more clipping to deal with now. I didn't want to have to put a little elevator jog in that. Oh, not terrible. The conveyor will end up running over top of it. This might be a little less. Tilterus, he lives. Welcome. I think you meant, yeah, he lives. Or he's alive. One of the two. Welcome to the stream. I'm going to raise this all up. It does have to go up to that height. Because we end up clipping too much through this hunk of rock here. So I'm just going to run this all the way back. Oh, should I just leave the other piece of foundation there? It takes longer to remove it than it did to build it. There we go. Clipping avoided. So that's 600 items. That's 1,200 items. And then we have 1,200, 1,200. I think we're good. So it's going to be, what, 1, 2, 3, 4.5 conveyors worth of product coming off of this one section. Oh, I didn't bring power over. Kind of going to need that before I get too carried away here. We need some go juice to make these things run. I don't even have the power up to here yet. What I can do, though, is, while we're working on that, is I will bring the foundations back. That the conveyor lines are going to run on. Oh, the other thing too, they these little bubble plants that you could never destroy before, they always just kind of lived there. Now when you destroy them, the top of it floats away. That's new. So now, other than like the really big trees that are over in like that area there before you get to the swamp, I think those are the only foliage you can't destroy. Everything else now you can conveniently relocate. You know, considering I have a battery pack that's like way over there, that's freaking massive, and all the conveyors I've got going on here, the game's playing really smooth. I don't know how many miles of conveyor I have done so far. Pretty sure it's not an insignificant amount. We'll see what happens when the conveyors are actually like running and moving product 1,200 items per minute. Oh, I totally went the wrong direction with that. Got distracted by my phone. Now we got the long work of bringing those conveyors that are all the way back that way. All the way up here, because this is where the next line of materials is coming from. And then this one here. We're going to have product coming in on both of those sections. Vertical. Everything needs to have some type of a support structure. Maybe later on, if I'm feeling up to it, I'll make them not just look like a concrete pillar. But I'm not going to rush out and do it. There's so much poisonous stuff around here. That, too, you can destroy, which is kind of nice. That was in 1.0 when they brought that in, where you could blow up the little poison fungal nodule things that stick out of the ground. I think there's... I can't remember. There might be a ways to collect that now and use it for something. Okay, we've got power over to here now. That is in the wrong spot. And that is connected. Quick reminder, everybody, reach out and hit the like button on the video. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Ring that notification bell. I'm going to be calling it quits here fairly quick. I might hop back on later tonight. I'm not sure. I just decided I had a day off. It was a lousy Monday yesterday with work. I was going to do some gaming today. Reset my brain for what can be reset of it. Chip away at this project. Eventually I will do a full video of the ultimate coal power plant once I get it up and running. I know my short of my last one did really well. But it is very time consuming kind of going through and getting all of these materials together. Okay, so that should be our 1,200 items on that conveyor done. And since it's all going to be 1,200 lines coming that way, I can actually put this one up in line here. Not there. I feel like that didn't... Yeah, that's not right. That's right. And we might as well just get these ones pre-done as well. Because there are 3 full conveyor lines coming from back there. More power. More radiation too. Getting a nice tan. My Pioneer's going to have to wear like some SPF 9000 to be around all this radiation. And these ones I did not overclock yet. I think I got to put another one down, another conveyor hole. Yeah, I didn't think it would go all the way down that it needed to. That did not line up. And then again, there's going to be 2 conveyors coming up from beyond this, so we can get this part set up as well. And then it's just straight conveyor runs I got to do. There's 2 of them. That's not right. That conveyor's going in the wrong direction. Did I screw up this one too? You know what? I'm going to redo this one just to be on the safe side. Can't remember if I did or not, so I'm just going to redo it. Get the conveyor moving in the right direction. And back to power. A little bit of a distance this set of coal is going to be traveling for sure. Okay, where are we for height? Right there. Overclock these bad boys. We need a conveyor merger here as well. Is there enough of a distance there that I can curl that in? Yes, it works. Oh, these are those. I don't like those conveyors. There's like a curvy one. They're not as nice to deal with. Let's go this way with this. I don't think I need these foundations. So 600 on that one, 600 on that one. That gets us our 1,200 items on that line. I like the these Mark 6 elevators. They give you the directional arrow on the side as to which way the product's flowing. It's kind of a nice little addition. I did not put that the way I wanted it, though. Let's do it. This is not going to be as pretty as some of the other setups. We're going to put this... That works, I guess. It's 1,200 items per minute. That's all that matters. I'm going to put the merger up on this one, though, because it's going to be too much of a turn on that. Oh, I don't. We're going to do this. Where's my sloped foundations? Not ideal, but it'll do the trick. Done deal. Another 1,200 items. So now I just have the long process of getting all of these conveyors back to the other end. But I think that's probably where I'm going to call it for now. Yeah, thank you guys for chilling and hanging out and watching the stream. These processes, they take a while to kind of go through and get all of the materials to where I want them. And it's nice to just kind of chill and hang and yak with you guys. So reach down, hit the like button on the video, subscribe if you're new to the channel. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, whatever all the social medias are. They're at TerrisDWDC. Yeah, that all said, you guys have a good one, and we'll see you in the next episode, in the next live stream, or next whatever I end up posting. Talk to you later. Bye.